Dr. Janet, an incredible, now retired chiropractor after 35 years from Manhattan, New York. To me, Dr. Janet epitomizes positive thinking. She inspires, motivates, and trains with love and integrity. I believe she has a total understanding of people and helps to develop one's untapped potential. You are not just motivated or entertained by Dr. Janet, you are also educated. Dr. Janet teaches you to have clear expectation. Please help me welcome Dr. Janet as she takes us through the importance of homeostasis and the difference between focus and flow.
Wow. Thank you, Jane. So, hopefully, I'm going to take a subject that very often can be quite droll and maybe a little boring. It's got to do with physiology, and we'll see if I could get a couple chuckles out of you along the way. We're going to try to break this down so people can understand it. And we talk about it a lot. We, the Super Patch people, talk about it a lot because that's the first thing we learn about liberty. But we use that word, but do we really know what it means and what it means to our body? So we're gonna we're gonna start off with just a little ditty that I saw online somewhere. I would give the person credit, but I cannot for the life of me remember who wrote it out. But welcome. Whether you're patch curious or business minded, this is your no pressure peek into the power of Super Patch. I love that. Okay.
Love it.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So let's start off. Number one, the brain. Think of it as it is the control center of your body. Okay. We talk about it as the iOS drives the iOS. So think of it as the control center, and you'll understand why I'm saying that in a moment. Homeostasis, that's a big word. And that is the MVP of your body's cast and crew. Okay? I'm going to approach this in a little unorthodox way. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you learn from it. If there's anything that I say that you don't understand or I screwed up on, just let me know afterwards, okay? Great. Okay, so think of homeostasis as the MVP of your body, of your body's cast and crew. There's a lot of cast and crew in our body that makes us work. So what the heck is homeostasis anyway? Okay, so let's get into it. Imagine your body is a Broadway show or a sports team. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's the Yankees or Hamilton. Now, it's got to be something big and live. And I think I'm the only American on this call, so I'm sticking with the Yankees and Hamilton. Okay. So it's a big and live event. Every actor, every athlete, every light, sound cue, everything in the play must be timed perfectly for the show or the game to go off without a hitch, right? Okay, so now imagine what happens when one spotlight is off or the quarterback forgets the play that he's going to call. Yeah, that could be really bad. I'd say chaos. But that's exactly what happens in your body when homeostasis, which is your body's internal balance, is off. Okay? Um, Homeostasis, I'm going to say that word a lot, is your body's way of keeping everything stable and functioning smoothly, even when the outside world is throwing curveballs. It's like the director yelling, "Places, everyone!" And magically your heart rate, your body temperature go up, your hormones all hit their marks. It's the director yelling at everybody to get their, act in gear. I am going to give you a scientific definition, which anybody can look up, but a scientific definition is due, and it is homeostasis is the ability of an organism or environment to maintain internal stability in response to external changes. So you're maintaining stability even though things are thrown at you, curveballs are thrown at you. All right? So now, how does homeostasis work? I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. It's kind of like a sports team. Think of your nervous system and your endocrine system as your head coach and assistant coach. Now, remember, the control center is the brain, right? and that's at the very top of your nervous system. So it's all intertwined. They get feedback from your internal scoreboard, and they make plays accordingly. Does that make sense to everybody?
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm going to give you some examples of the body systems that work together, that need the homeostasis in order to function properly. You've got temperature control. Let's say you're out in the snow with no jacket. First of all, why? And then otherwise, makes no sense to me. Your body says, okay, team, let's warm up. Let's get those blood vessels to constrict. You shiver, and then your body temp stays around 98.6, and that's Fahrenheit. Okay, that's
Yes.
normal for in Fahrenheit. Or if you're hydrating, if you need hydration and you're sweating buckets after doing Zumba, or if you're playing basketball out in the hot Florida sun all afternoon, you need that fluid. So your body's going to send a signal. It's going to say, we're low on fluids. Send in the thirst signal, and boom, you get thirsty. Then you drink water and rehydrate. Okay? Blood sugar regulation. Let's say you ate 6 donuts. First of all, why are you eating 6 donuts? Anyway, your pancreas gets to work. Insulin comes in like a cleanup crew, lowers your blood sugar, and then restores the balance. So that's how your body works. You get out of sync, you get out of what you need to be, and your body will send in the crew to go in and fix it and get you back into balance. It's a constant behind the scenes hustle to keep things level. It's like having an overachieving stage manager or an obsessive NFL coach. They just don't stop, ever. Okay? So, what happens when the system breaks down? Picture this. Your team loses communication. The quarterback can't hear the play. The stage crew's walkie-talkies cut out. That's what happens when your nervous system communication channels are blocked or inefficient. That's when you get fatigue, you get foggy brain, pain or stiffness, emotional swings, you can't sleep, all of those symptoms that we have patches to help. It's like your inner thermostat is stuck. So homeostasis is kind of like your inner thermostat if you think about it. Your hydration app has crashed and your sugar cleanup crew went on lunch break. It's not ideal. Okay? So enter the super patch. This is the most exciting thing. Here's where things get super, super interesting. Super patch technology, it helps your body restore and support homeostasis. Remember what I'm saying. It helps your body restore and supports homeostasis. Okay? It doesn't cure anything. It helps your body cure itself. And it does so by improving the communication lines of your nervous system, like giving the cast and crew better headsets, a clearer script, and a big old motivational speech from the coach. Or think about this. The nervous system, it's gotten a little bit kinked up, and the impulses from the skin, from the organs, from every part of your body, from every cell, from every nerve, they're not making there's not a clear path of communication. So we need something to help open up that communication. I'm going to give you another visual. Think of a garden hose. Okay? Think of when you were a young kid and you wanted to get a drink out of that garden hose, but it was coming out too fast. What did you do to slow down that flow of water? You put a kink in it, right? Or you tied a knot in it and the water just came dribbling out and you were able to get that drink. And then when you made it straight again and made it a clear path of communication, that's when you had the full flow. And there's that word flow. It's interesting that that patch is called flow too, because it helps to open up the communication sensors in all of the nervous system. So, or think of the garden hose that's tied in a knot, the same thing. Same thing happens to our nerves sometimes, and we need to get that opened up. So that's I like that visual a lot. Okay, so how does it work? The patches that uses a proprietary vibrotactile patterns. Basically, it's touch-based signals that interact with mechanoreceptors in your skin. basically what it's saying is that it has little ridges and you put it on your skin, and those ridges communicate with the nerve endings in your skin, which is the biggest, largest organ in your body. And it's got nerve endings everywhere. There's nowhere on your body that the skin doesn't have nerve endings. So you irritate those nerve endings, you're going to send a signal up to the control center. The control center is going to say, hey, something's not right. We need help. Super patch to the rescue. We need help to open up those clear channels and to allow the nervous signals to get back to the different parts of the body to allow it to regain homeostasis or balance. So when we say balance, it's not just being able to walk a tightrope, right? It's internally within us as well. So it's physiological balance is what we're talking about. Okay. So these mechanoreceptors in your skin, they send real-time messages to your brain and nervous system, and that improves the body response time and efficiency. Therefore, it helps us heal more quickly, maybe, or it takes away some of the pain, or any of the different things that we're seeing as far as results. It's the non-invasive, drug-free technology also helps to optimize function, improve feedback loops, and also reinforce the internal balance. All right. So I'm going to give you some real world examples of the super patch benefits. Most of us know these, but in case there's anybody on here that's new and doesn't really know, different words may help also. So the Liberty Patch, balance and stability. That's the first one. Balance and stability, meaning physical balance, but also physiological balance and homeostasis. Think of it as the core strength coach, okay? It helps improve posture, reduce sway, and enhance coordination. And it's great for athletes or for people trying to walk down the stairs without tripping over the dog. It's great for everyone. We know that. The Defend Patch for immune and inflammatory or inflammation support. It helps to regulate immune responses and reduces inflammation. And I can talk about inflammation for 15 hours if you want. Basically, it's your body's personal bodyguard, except there's no sunglasses required. Okay, let's go to the focus patch, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. Focus patch, brain fog be gone. It helps for mental clarity. It helps to sharpen it, mental clarity. It improves attention span, and it helps with memory. Think of it as the teleprompter guy who never screws up. Okay? And it's got very specific. Mental clarity, attention span, and helps with memory. The REM patch, sleep. We need sleep. We need sleep to heal. We don't all know that necessarily, but we need sleep to heal. That's when our body heals itself. So sleep like a star. The REM patch supports your sleep cycles naturally. It helps to reduce the time it takes to fall asleep and improves the deep sleep quality, which is REM. REM sleep is when you dream, that's when you're in your deepest sleep. Okay, and it's this thing here says to cue the peaceful snoring sounds, but I'm gonna spare you that. Okay, then we have the Freedom Patch, pain and movement support. This one is like your trainer or maybe your chiropractor with magic hands. It supports pain relief, improves range of motion, and helps you get back to doing what you love, whether that's golf or getting off the couch without sounding like a Velcro shoe. Okay. Now we're getting into better communication. Better communication equals better performance. Let's connect this to what we said earlier. If homeostasis is the goal, perfect balance inside and out, then clear communication along the nervous system is how we get there. Kind of like what I said a little bit earlier. The Super Patch technology helps to optimize that communication. And that leads to faster response times, more effective self-regulation, less stress on the systems trying to fix things all the time, greater vitality and longevity. And because And that's because your body isn't constantly playing catch up. If you don't overtax your body now, you'll have better longevity and vitality. Makes sense, I think. So what you have to remember here is that your body wants to win. It wants to function. It wants to win. So whether you're a ballerina, a baseball player, or a biology student who drinks way too much coffee, your body is constantly fighting to stay in balance. Help it out. Keep your nervous system sharp. And consider using tools like Super Patch to support those internal systems that are already working overtime. Because when your body's systems are in sync, it's not just a win, it's a standing ovation. And I want to repeat this one thing that I said earlier because I just love this quote. Whether you're patch curious or business minded, this is your no pressure peek into the power of Super Patch. So I hope you understood what I was saying. It's a little bit different approach, but maybe it helped a little bit. Anyway, I do want to go over the flow and the focus patch again. Again, focus is for enhanced focus and attention and clarity. Focus, I put focus on, for instance, I put focus on when I'm driving, if I'm driving long ways. I don't want to lose my focus or the clarity, right? So it's just a linear thing. Focus works on focus and attention. If I'm taking a test, which at my age I shouldn't have to take any more tests, but I still do. I would put the focus patch on. I had my niece and my goddaughter both doing doctorate thesis. I don't even know how to say it. Theses. Anyway, whatever you want to call it. And they had the focus patch on when they were doing it, and they said it helped. But we didn't have the flow patch at the time, because if we did have the flow patch, I would have had them wearing both. I'm wearing both right now. Okay. I put the flow on in the morning when I get up, first thing in the morning, put on a new flow patch because it helps me get my butt up and do things. For the longest time, I was having trouble with motivation to get up and do work. I had other things. I was sad. I was depressed. I had, family stuff going on. I was overwhelmed. In my head, I had a lot of things I wanted to do, but I just couldn't do it. It's funny that the flow patch came, and it came the week of the I Decide program. And I think it's not a coincidence for me on the timing, but the flow patch, I've done more work these last 4 or 5 days since I had the flow patch than I have in the last year and a half, to be perfectly honest. And that's not me.
That's
Anyway,
exactly how I feel.
yeah, I've gotten more accomplished. I've done more work. I complete the tasks. It's crazy. I had all these tasks in my head, but I just couldn't get motivated to do it. I fixed an electrical outlet in the house just before because I needed the fan. Anyway, flow, on the other hand, the reason I say wear flow all the time, and then if you have something specific that you really need to do, I want to make sure to have the focus patch on as well. They work. Focus is just one of the cognitive networks that flow works on as well. Okay, so there are 5 cognitive networks, and it's total immersion and focus. So I think I said last week that if you ever saw Michael Jordan play basketball, when he was really playing amazing and going up for jump shots and layups and all kinds of things, he always had his tongue out. When I'm concentrating, Carrie can tell you, Carrie, she's not on tonight, but she can tell you when I'm concentrating and really in the tunnel doing what I'm doing, my tongue is out too. It's like, so you know I'm focusing and I'm in flow. I can't be distracted at all. Okay? With focus, you might get distracted. You might have to be distracted. You're driving, you're talking, whatever. But with the flow, you're really deep in there. So it's total immersion and focus, okay? Then it's effortless control, like doing things that I could not get up and do, which were simple tasks. I just didn't do them, you know? And I have been doing them. And one of my aides, actually Maria, who's out in the room with my mom right now, she said to me, "Are you the same person? You're doing everything and you're fixing everything and you're doing everything right away. You're not leaving it." I said, "Well, you know, put the flow on, you'll see what I'm talking about." And then you have creative breakthroughs. Okay, if you have any, I'm not a very creative person, but I think this talk I did today was a little bit creative, a little bit off the wall maybe, but a little bit creative. And then motivation that doesn't burn out. Okay. I've been working on some things on the computer. I've been learning some new programs, and I've been sitting here for hours on end, just not giving up and just enjoying every minute of it and feeling accomplished. So that's pretty great. And it's a deep sense of purpose and progress. And that's what I was just talking about. So the focus and the flow together work synergistically. And by doing that, by working together, it exponentially increases the power of both. So that's why I feel people should be wearing both. If you only want to wear it for, you know, the focus for specific times, that's one thing. But I'd say wear that flow, because I have not lost words like I had been doing a week ago. I am speaking faster. I know I'm speaking
Mhm.
faster, right?
Yes.
I haven't asked anybody where my glasses were when they were on top of my head. Or I haven't said, "Where's my phone? I can't find my phone." Right? So I haven't done any of those goofy things. And I was doing a lot of that before. So that's the main difference with the flow and the focus. And that's why I think you should still use both.
So Dawn started flow yesterday, and tonight I had to run and recharge the computer so that I could be on tonight. And when I came back into the kitchen, he was up there standing doing the dishes, and he got them done from beginning to end without stopping. And normally I would start them, he might do some of them, but I was only gone for a few seconds. And I came back in, and there they were, getting done and finished.
I'd like to reiterate what Dr. Janet said. I found much of the same thing. In fact, I got so much done the other day, I said to myself, I am really in the flow. And then I went, yes, I am. I love it. I just love it.
What you said about the using of the two patches, flow and focus, is absolutely 100% true as far as I'm concerned. That's exactly what I do. Flow becomes now my daily. But when I have something I'm really concerned about, that I really want to get into, that I really want to make some decisions about and want to focus on, or if we're going to be doing a long drive or going somewhere, then I definitely use both of them. And it has been a real eye opener. They're really good.
I've changed my holy triad. Now it's liberty, flow, and defend. And if there is pain, then I add the fourth, the freedom. So, but the three that I use every single day are the liberty, flow, and defend.